You want to start selling online, but you have so many negative thoughts. The market is saturated. Why would anyone buy your products? Okay, well, come with me. We're going to have a little chit chat and I'm going to get rid of all those fears for you. Okay, let's sit down for a minute and take a deep breath. Then I'm going to tell you a little story and then I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to get rid of all those fears and the negative thoughts and whatever is stopping you from starting your online business. And at the end, I'm going to tell you all the perks of having an online business. So yesterday I received an email from a very sweet follower and she was asking me that she's very scared that she's not going to get any sales. Her Etsy is going to fail and she's not going to be successful. And now I get that question a lot and a lot of people reach out to me with this fear. Well, first of all, I want to tell you something. I have been doing this for 10 years. I have sold over 300,000 products on Etsy alone, and every morning I wake up feeling the exact same way. I'm scared that I'm not going to be having any sales anymore. I'm scared that everything was just a coincidence. I'll be honest with you, that fear is never going to go away. You have to start despite that. And here are some proofs that you can still sell on Etsy. Example 1. She's one of my students who took my Etsy course and she got her first sale and she only has 10 listings. By the way, I recommend my students to have at least 100 listings, okay? This student started her shop in the beginning of January and by mid-January she already had a sale on Etsy. One of my other students, after applying the things which I will talk about in this video, her sales went up tremendously. And myself, I started a new stationery store in addition to my other Etsy stores. In just a few months, I already have hundreds of sales. So Etsy is not saturated. Etsy wants new people to make sales because the more sales we make, the more sales they're going to make. But there are a few things that I swear by and you have to pay attention. Number 1 is demand analysis. If you are trying to sell a product that nobody is searching for, you're not going to get any sales. Demand analysis is very, very important. When you're selling on Etsy, you have to think like an entrepreneur, but instead of like a hobby or an artist. You need to use your art to create products that are going to sell on Etsy. And those products are the products that have a lot of demand. You can use eRank to do demand analysis and look at which keywords are being searched the most, what is trending, what can you make and sell. Another thing that you have to pay attention to is the design and the design trends. If you're trying to sell farmhouse font in 2026, that is not going to bring you any sales. Right now, the types of fonts that are trending are these. So if you find it, you have to follow the trends and make sure your designs are matching the current trends because people come on Etsy looking for what they saw at Target or Home Goods and they just want to buy trending products. So that is very important. Number 3, when you make a demand analysis. So let's say you found out that there's a lot of demand for a teacher notepad. Then you also found that ribbons are trending right now. So you want to create a teacher notepad. But when you look at Etsy, there's already a lot of people selling the teacher notepad with ribbons on it. So you have to create something that is unique, trending, and missing in the market. So if you offer something unique that the other people are not selling, your product is going to shine because you are selling something unique with a demand people are going to buy from you. Let's give another example. Let's say you're selling wedding invitations. You looked at it and there's a lot of demand. There's a little bit competition, but you found out that there is nobody that offers wedding invitations like a vintage style. And you also know now that the vintage designs are trending. And there you go. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That is your golden product. So we just talked about 3 important things: trend analysis, demand analysis, and the missing product. So if you do these 3, find that product and make a design, and it doesn't even have to be that complicated, you are going to start making sales immediately. For example, Student A, the first product that she sold was a design that was missing in the market and product that had a lot of demand. When I started my stationery business, I saw that there was a lot of demand on pet products. There were only a few pet-related stationery. So my products immediately became bestseller. People were looking for it, but the market had missing items. These are the 3 things that I swear by. If you do this, you are going to have sales. Isn't that right, Loki? Okay, so let's say you did all that. And now you are ready to sell your product. The next thing you're going to pay attention to is your product photos. Your product photos have to be clean, bright, and it has to take the person's attention. Because if you do all that hard work, but your product photos are not convincing, then you're not going to get any sales. And there's one more important thing. And that is, you have to use Etsy's SEO really good. You have to make sure you're using the right keywords that people are searching for, and you're using long tail keywords. Example. So when people search for you, they're going to find you. All of the things that I told you applies for any platform you're selling. TikTok Shop, Shopify, your own website, Amazon. You have to look for demand, you have to find a trend, and then you're going to fill in the gaps. And then if you are using your platform correctly, there is no way you are not going to get any sales. Okay, but how do I do trend and demand analysis? Well, let me show you. If you want to do trend analysis on Etsy, I recommend using eRank or Everbee. These softwares make it super easy. They analyze everything for you, and on Everbee, you can even see how many units a product has sold. And eRank shows you the trending keywords on Etsy. Okay, but hold on. I don't want to sell on Etsy. I want to sell on Shopify. Okay, then on Shopify, the trends are usually determined by social media. So from now on, when you go on social media, instead of doom scrolling mindlessly, just focus on which videos are trending, which products are trending, what products with which color are people showing more interest in. Did you start seeing a lot of ribbons or raccoons? That means that is trending. So just being mindful on social media, you can follow the trends and you can sell those products in your own website. If you want to sell on Amazon, you can use this. And if you want to analyze the trend analysis on TikTok, you can use this. I am not affiliated with any of these softwares. I wish I did. This is my happy corner. This is my little home office for my stationery business. And I also have a warehouse where I run my clothing business from. I can officially say that my favorite coffee shop is my second office because I'm able to go there whenever I want. When you're first starting a business, it is going to be really, really hard. You're going to have to work 24/7, even in your sleep. But once you get rolling, once you catch momentum, then you are going to make enough money to hire employees that can run your business for you. In that sense, I got very lucky, but I also read this book that made me decide that my business needs to start running itself. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I just want to show you what is possible. I started my online business out of desperation with $60 in my pocket. Now I'm making millions of dollars selling my products online. And I'm literally making money with paper. Notepads, notebooks, stickers, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and everybody keeps saying the market is too saturated. It is not too saturated. Those are just thoughts your brain is trying to protect you from failure, heartbreak. What if it doesn't work? But it is going to work because it is working for so many people. This is all my goals for March. And this is for just one business. It is not easy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But this is a good thing because the more you work, the more money you're going to make. What if it was so easy? Then everybody would have done it. But if you are hardworking and if you just do it consistently, you're going to have so much freedom. Thanks to my businesses, now I'm able to do all of these with a peace of mind because I'm able to create my own freedom. I'm not just talking about money, but because having freedom is priceless, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do it even if you're not feeling good, even if you're not feeling motivated, because you cannot depend on motivation. Motivation lasts for a week, maybe 10 days tops. And I want you to remember why you're doing it. And that is going to make everything so much easier. All right, my friends, I'm going to go enjoy my Sunday. And for you, I'm going to leave a freebie under this video. It's a full checklist where you can do a full audit on your Etsy and see what you're missing. And if you liked our conversation, please like and also please subscribe to my YouTube so I can keep making videos like this. I'll see you in the next video.